I welcome you all once again to our talk show, Oasis of Revival Youth Talk Show. Here with me, I'm having beautiful ladies and gentlemen. Today's topic, we are going to look at relationships and sex among the youths. In church today and out there are youths who are suffering with a lot of issues concerning relationships and concerning sex. Today, I want us to explore a little bit about it and we see if we can help you out there. I want to start with teacher Raphael to talk about relationships and sex among the teenagers. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. So my name is Raphael Otaye Jr. I'm a teacher by profession. So if I may, talking about relationships.
Yes.
Maybe I would start by defining what a relationship is, maybe breaking it down a little bit. So a relationship is an interpersonal social connection between two people, okay, or more. That's a relationship. So now I think at this juncture, we are talking particularly about relationships between the youth,
yes,
and teenagers.
Yes.
Specifically, relationship, I could say romantic relationship, which involves sex and so on.
Yes.
So yes.
Go ahead. Is it another question? Is it the right thing to do, having relationship among the teenagers?
No. Rightly, I would say no. It's not right to have a relationship. It's not right to hold any relationship. It's not right for any teenager to be involved in any kind of romantic relationship. And there are very many reasons. Because first and foremost, a teenager or a youth is at school. Yes. Someone who is studying. And a relationship is the same as school. It's the same as studies. Because they both demand the same. So I could say those are two masters at the same time. There is no way you can serve two masters at the same time and be excellent before both of them. One must die. You must let one go. So any teenager, any youth engaging themselves in a relationship will definitely break one. Either the relationship will go or school will go. They will not succeed in either of them. And unfortunately, actually, teenagers cannot sustain relationships, romantic relationships. Why? Because teenagers are people who are growing. They're undergoing a metamorphosis of adulthood. So therefore, their hormones are still growing. They're changing. They're turning from a child into an adult. And these changes always come with a lot of difficulties. They come with a lot of rebellion. They come with a lot of self-centeredness, which does not suit what a relationship needs. Yes. So I would say no. A teenager is not supposed to enter into any romantic relationship. A youth is not supposed to entertain any relationship because it will definitely undermine their studies.
Okay, before I continue with another question with you, I want Sister Priscilla to define for us who is a teenager and more about youth, the age group.
Thank you so much. Me, to my own understanding, a teenager is a young person who has reached the age of 12 to 19. That is a teenager. And they are basically young people. And then for the youth level starts from 18 to 35. So that is my own definition of teenager and youth. But however, teenagers are subsets of youth. So meaning they fall under the youth. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. We cannot talk about relationship and we leave out sex. Many of the youths in church today and out there, they are being affected via sex. Some of them, they are abused. Some of them, they enter into it intentionally. Some of them, it is pure influence which pushes them there. The friends around them, they can advise them wrongly, and they end up being addicted into sex life. So I want to ask Sister Marion to help us, guide us. How can we handle sex as youth?
Good afternoon. I'm called Sister Marion, as he has introduced me. And the question is how we can handle sex as youth. First and foremost, as a youth who is not married, you're not allowed to have sex. That is very clear. We are advised to always abstain and stay away from sex, and also to run away. I would like to relate this with a scripture. When you go back to Genesis, the story of Joseph, we saw that he flee from sexual immoralities. He flee from sex altogether. So as a youth, you are supposed to flee from sex. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I want Sister Tendo to help me. Is there any moment in your youthful life where you had a compromising situation on your sex life, and how did you come out of it?
Well, thank you so much, moderator. Yes, I do have that moment in life. So as I grew up, it was so bad that it happened to me. We had a neighborhood at home back in the days. I was still young, so I used to get out of our home and go to the neighborhood to play, which wasn't bad. But anyways, the friends I found there was a certain boy, and he influenced me. I was really innocent about anything, but he told me, come and we're going to do this and this. It is okay, you come. I also went, my dear, only to take me into the devil's trap. And how I overcame, there was his cousin sister at that neighborhood where I went. So that girl found me and him ready for the act, and she started screaming, "Mommy, come and see mommy!" So that's how I was. So, but trust me, I was going to fall into the devil's trap just because of influence from one person. And my advice to people like me, to the youth, stay away from influence from people. Mind the circle of friends you have. Mind the people you work with. Mind the people you jazz with. Mind the people you live with. Because we all don't have the same intentions. Some have evil minds. Some are carnally minded. Some are, so influence. Trust little. Trust less friends. You can have two, but when they are really good for you. So mind about the circle of friends you have. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sister Tendo. Sister Tendo has told us she was innocently abused, almost abused by a friend. There is a girl in the Bible called Tamar in the book of 2 Samuel chapter 13. This girl was abused by her own cousin. The cousin laid a trap pretending he's sick and ended up sleeping with her. This girl called Tamar, she went innocently knowing she's going to help the brother, and the brother ended up abusing her. So there are people, there are children out there, they do not intend to go into this sexual act, but they find themselves in the compromising state where they cannot jump out of it. I want Sister Priscilla to help us. How can you advise those children out there who are being deceived, maybe by their relatives, by friends around? What do you tell them to do if they find themselves in that compromising state?
Thank you so much, and I really appreciate this moment. And because basically today we are talking about teenagers, and one of the key things that I have heard or even witnessed with my own eyes is that teenagers being abused, sexually abused at home. It could be by the people, the so-called uncles, cousins, and then friends, and they are initiated into this. And the other thing that I've witnessed also, like especially these current years at school, especially secondary schools, you find peer pressure has really taken them so much that you find when someone asks you that, are you a virgin, and you're in senior 2, senior 1, and then you say yes, your friends will end up laughing at you because of your response. So one of the things I would advise, number one, that it all begins with you as a young person. Now, you should make sure you do not relate when your time is not yet. If you know you're a young person, you know you're not yet ready for marriage, do not awaken love before its time. Ecclesiastes tells us that. We should not awaken love before its time. And one of the things that we should know, that as a young person, one of the things that I have come to realize that, especially teenagers, I have heard of teenagers committing suicide because of love, what they call love. But when it is basically not love. And because of this, because of them being afraid to be left by the person they called sometimes, that will introduce us with in a topic which we shall handle next time, what we call crushes. Someone will be like, this one is my crush, and this crush will come up and say, now you see, if you're crushing on me, let us first do this. And you find because the person is that person's crush, the person will accept as a young person. So what would one of the ways that we should avoid as young people, we should avoid awakening love before its time. And then the second one also, it is our parents. If you know you're a parent of a teenager outside there, you as a parent should not entrust your children in the hands of the people you call uncles, aunties, cousins, without you monitoring them. That's why these teenagers, you need to ask them. Sometimes somebody will tell you, I don't want to go to uncle so-and-so's place. Reason being, this uncle could be wanting to sleep with the young person, with the teenager. The uncle would maybe touching the person inappropriately. So parents, take action. Follow up on your children. Be it boys, I know many times parents have neglected boys, but boys are everywhere molested, and more especially in this generation currently we are having homosexuality. So you find your son is there for you, be like, this one is a boy, kumbe someone wants to sleep with him, and molest him. So let us be cautious as parents. And then peer pressure as young people. Let us not do things because another person is. Are we together? So that's why we need to check on the kind of friends that we have. Just as Sister Tendo has mentioned to us, the influence. Which friends do you have? So as a young person, one of the ways you can avoid that is avoiding bad peer pressure. So don't go for sex because because your friends have told you that they have tried it out and it is nice. No, no, no. When you're caught there in pregnancy as a young person, it won't be easy for you. Okay? So, yeah, that is some of the points I would love to give.
Thank you so much. Teacher Raphael has something to add on that.
Thank you so much, moderator Gilbert. I wanted to add something.
Yes, please.
On the issues of advice you've asked Sister Priscilla
Yes, yes.
present to the youth out there. I want to relate something between your story and Sister Tendo's story.
Yes.
Your story of Tamar from the Bible.
Yes.
The story is Tamar went to help the brother.
Yes, yes.
The brother pretended to be what?
To
Sick.
be sick.
So you can see Tamar went into a space that brings her closer to the brother.
Yes.
Tendo, her story is more or less the same. She said that her friend asked her to come with her somewhere. You get what I'm saying? And what happened? They were almost going to rape her. Tamar was raped. What am I trying to say? I want to bring to the attention of every youth out there that there is no such thing like friendship and you be in a close contact with an opposite sex.
Yes.
And you don't develop feelings. It's not there. Because naturally, from the word go, from creation, opposite sex were meant to attract each other.
Yes, yes.
Eve was meant to be a companion to Adam. And therefore, there is no such thing as you sharing the same bedroom with a so-called friend. I want us to be very careful with the meaning of the word friend. I think as teenagers, as youth, our friendship only ends in class. You help me with math, thank you. You help me with commerce, thank you. But it doesn't mean that now that you help me with mathematics at school, I should come to your home because you're sick. It will definitely cease to be friendship. You will definitely go into something else. So it's a trap. Like she said, it was a trap.
Yeah.
Having a relationship with an opposite sex, a friendship relationship, and you go into any space that is only two of you, you will not be friends anymore. Anything that will happen after that is sex. Because naturally we shall definitely attract each other. So I wanted to add my voice to what she said about advice to youth. Don't, never, ever go into any space that puts the two of you together without any other person. You will be compromised and you will be sorry thereafter.
So, Teacher Raphael,
Yes, please.
if you find yourself, you are a lady and you are with this man, you are already in that closed space. You cannot overpower him.
Yes.
What do you do?
Limit. And actually, I think I have a very big I have a story. I have a friend of mine back then in high school, a girl who was very tough to boys, in a sense that for her, any boy approaches her, she will slap. Okay? She will punch. Some parents actually advise their girls to do that. I wouldn't advise a girl to do that because boys are naturally strong, physically strong. Girls are strong emotionally, but boys are physically strong. So what happened to this girl is she slapped one boy, and this boy never took it right, took it personal, and wanted to revenge. What happened is that they waylaid her and raped her, 7 of them. 7 of them. So when a girl finds herself in a space that they are with a man and the man wants to have sex with her, the best thing is to stay calm because girls are definitely stronger than men. Emotionally, they're strong. I would advise every girl to stay calm and play with the mind of a man. Men are easy to play with. Just tell them, okay, fine, I'm going to give it to you. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me do this.
Teacher
Okay?
Raphael,
Yes.
on that note, we have girls here.
Yes.
For us men, we know how to go about it.
Yes.
I want each of them to help us, to tell us how would they.
How would they go away from it?
Yes.
Yes. But to me, if it were, as far as a man is concerned, it's very easy to play with our minds.
Yes.
So you just say, and I'll give it to you, give me time. I will wait. And you flee.
Okay.
That's as far as I am concerned.
So let me hear from Sister Marion also.
Mario.
This topic is really interesting. When you start it, you don't finish it. How I would go about it, because when caught into the situation, Raphael said that you play with men's mind. When it comes to sex, it's different. Sex is like a spirit that dresses you up. Whereby playing at that moment, playing with a man's head when his head is telling him, sex
Mm.
is hard.
Mm.
He cannot calm down. He cannot. Talking out of experience, I would want to bring my experience out of it. I was once caught up in a scenario like that, whereby somebody invites you to their home, being a young person, a girl, a lady who is ready for marriage and relatable. Somebody invites you for coffee at their place, and they're like, actually, and they tell you, come and have a coffee. When you reach there, their attitude changes. They want sex, and they are willing to do anything to get it. They are willing to close the door to get it. They are willing to tear your clothes to get it. So at that moment, yes, I tried that approach of calming the person down. I'm going to give it to you. Let's wait. Let's do this. It failed. It failed. The person said, "Is like me right now. The only thing that can calm me down is if I release." That was the statement. I'm like, I kept on giving. I also gave him, suggestions. Go and shower. Maybe pour a cold water, because I had it calms down, it cools people down.
Yeah.
The demon in him was like, no, you get it. So the only thing I did was to wrestle this person. We had to wrestle with screams. Now, when he saw that I am wrestling with screams, he knew that it would be embarrassing if neighbors come. So that is when he said, and he released. So I would advise a girl, when you are caught up in that situation, do anything possible. And then one of the things you will do is to wrestle and to scream. Because when you're screaming, it's clearly going to draw attention of the neighbors. That is if they have good neighbors. Because it depends also on the environment. Some neighbors will be like, those people are just enjoying themselves. But don't scream. Some of us girls, you're trying to scream and you're screaming in this low voice of, oh my God, stop it. That will not draw attention.
It's as if you're enjoying.
Yeah, it's as if you're enjoying, you're having fun.
Right.
No? But the kind of scream I'm talking about is, you
shout.
you shout, you bring hell, you break hell loose, you scream, throw things if you can, anything that is inside there, catch it, throw it towards them, fight, hit the door, hit the walls. When you're hitting walls, usually when you hit walls, it draws attention.
Yes.
People are like, no, there is something going on, because people who are enjoying cannot be hitting walls like this, throwing cups, breaking things,
When it's too much enjoyment.
Right. No.
Destroy things.
Destroy things. At this moment, I